All right. Welcome, everybody, to Size Matters Monday Night Mashup. So tonight we have an interesting show because we have 1, 2, 3 RC trucks. Get it? No? Okay. We want to go over a couple things. John, sir, come on over. Come on down. It's like the price is right. Except we ain't giving away nothing. So, as I'm going to take these out.
What up?
Because I can't talk to you guys. I think I got Fix-A-Dent on my teeth.
You definitely have Fix-A-Dent on your teeth.
I got Fix-A-Dent on my teeth.
Stop making out with ovaries.
All right. While I get this off, this show is presented by RC Misfits. If you're not familiar with RC Misfits, they have Instagram, Facebook. It's an RC shop in Croydon, Pennsylvania, owned by Joey Polona. Great RC shop. It is just that classic old school style RC shop where everybody that works there is super knowledgeable. They can answer 99% of your questions. If they don't have the answer, they will get it. If they don't have something in stock, they will get it. He has a ton. He is a dealer for a ton of companies. The list is long. We've actually made a post in the past about it. Go back and check that out. He also owns Race Place Hobbies in, wow. Oh my God.
Quakertown.
Thank you. See, it's been a long night. And I'm concentrating on Fix-A-Dent right now. This is horrible.
I told him it was a bad idea.
Tonight, as every night for Monday Night Mashup, it wouldn't be Monday Night Mashup if it wasn't for you. Please feel free to send us a request to join. I don't care if you have 2 minutes in the hobby or 20 years. It doesn't matter if you have 30,000 followers or 6.
The idea for the show is to give everybody an opportunity. Listen, we're not 20,000 followers.
No.
But we have a decent following, and if you're just starting out and you're trying to build an Instagram page and you want to get your name out there, jump on. Show us some of your trucks. Show us your only truck. Tell us what truck you're thinking about buying because you're thinking about getting into the hobby. That's what this is for. This is for you to have a place to ask questions, no judgment, give your opinion on something. You disagree with something that we say, jump on here, let us know. If you want to educate us on something that we don't talk about often, like I said, we say every week, we're crawlers. We're crawl guys. Outside of 2 Baja Rays, that's crawlers. So if you're a drift guy or drift girl and you want to get on here and you want to tell us about drifting, show your drift stuff, we'd love to see it. I'm looking for an excuse to buy a drift car. I am 100% looking for an excuse. I just have zero knowledge about it. So that's what this is for. This is for you guys to get out and jump on, talk shop, just BS, have a good time. Housekeeping. Here, switch. This is weird. This is not normal.
I'm gonna move Skeletor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a seat.
I'm gonna
in my seat.
Take off my badass.
If anybody wants to join, send a request while we're moving some guys.
Specifically, this guy. There we go. Can I have my hat?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you your hat because it can't go back on his head.
What is up? That feels much better and much more natural. So, bye, Skelly. Sorry, had to go. It was fun. The car drive here was great. I had him in the passenger seat, looking out the window with his lights on, the seatbelt on. I got a couple beeps and a couple looks. Amanda KNJ said no. I'm assuming that's when I was talking about really wanting a drift car. I think that this nice-looking young lady here, Amanda K, should buy and send me a drift car. I think that would be very nice of her to do that.
Yes.
So anyway, housekeeping. What do we got? Anything on the table for this week? Any new news? Any new stuff going on that we want to share or put out there right now?
So I wasn't going to share it, and I'm still not going to share it, but I'll tease it. The show does have another sponsor, and there's some big news coming with that. That should be announced next Monday, with some other things in the works. So super excited for that. If anybody knows anybody, or if you have a company and you want to sponsor Monday Night Mashup, reach out to us. Send us a DM, and we'll talk. So,
and just to clarify, we're not looking for handouts, freebies.
not at all. This is all about building community and
correct.
networking.
To be a sponsor for the show, we just have to have similar views and opinions on RC and the way it works. Also, have to like your product or like what you're doing. But it's always a conversation. So if you want to be part of this, get involved. We plan on doing this every Monday night. Forever.
It's a thing.
This is what it's going to be.
This is actually what we were supposed to do when we first started, and we did go live every week on Monday.
Correct.
And then we slowed down because, we just didn't have life, and we didn't have a direction for the show. We just went live to say hi and do whatever we were doing. Now we have a direction, we had an idea, and now we're running with it, and we hope you guys like it. And girls. So tonight, one of the two of us, a couple months ago, wasn't me, it was him, decided that he was going to do something he's been talking about for a couple years, and start the build of a replica of the truck that he learned to drive on. That was his grandfather's truck. The pretty much identical truck would be the TF2. Most people go full Back to the Future because it is the Back to the Future truck. So I did go full Back to the Future for now.
Went full Back to the Future. But we haven't really talked about it. We've shown there's a couple pictures on Instagram of it, but never really dived into the amount of detail and work that Craig has put into it since he's had it.
It's not done yet.
No, but I figured tonight we could start with the TF2. Anybody out there got a TF2, have RC 4-wheel drive, want to talk RC 4-wheel drive, want to talk TF2, give us feedback, whatever, please click the join button, join in our live. We will accept, no questions asked. So I'm going to let CJ here just start talking about his TF2.
Yeah. So this TF2 has a lifespan for me. So when I got it, I bought it knowing I was going to make it a Back to the Future replica. So I started with that. And as this truck ages and I start to scratch it by using it, because I am going to use it, I am going to turn it into what I remember as my grandfather's truck. The truck I learned how to drive on when I was 10 years old. Brought me out into a field and was like, here you go. It was a stick shift, and he taught me how to drive stick. Sat on his lap, turned the wheel, and then as I got older, I was able to drive it myself. It's how I learned how to drive. So I'm going to rust it out, really do a good patina job on it, and build it as my grandfather's truck. But for now, it's Back to the Future because I did not want to destroy a brand new body. I wanted that to happen naturally. The first thing I did was start under the hood, and I put a little bit of scale detail in there. I got plug wires off the distributor cap, battery wires. I used piano wire and made brake lines off of the master cylinder. Can
I just point out one of the coolest things I thought was the battery terminals. I don't know if you guys can see them over here, how they're raised up. They look like actual battery terminals. Anybody who plays guitar,
they're guitar strings.
They're the end of guitar strings, the little eyelet that stops it from coming through the bridge.
Yep.
Just snip them there and use them as connectors, and they look amazing. Did a really, really nice job with that.
I do have, all right, I'm sorry, I put them on. I put the mud flaps on it, printed an exhaust, put the exhaust on it. I did do the interior. You can't tell.
Carpeted.
But it is carpeted. I have Marty McFly driving for now. As this truck ages, as I said, my grandfather is going to go in there. I'm going to get a model built. I have the hoverboard in there. I have the sports almanac in there. The Clock Tower magazine. The Pepsi, what do they call that one? The Pepsi Perfect from the movie.
Oh, yeah,
the
Pepsi.
future Pepsi bottle, the hourglass shaped one. I rhino lined the bed, so the bed is actually rhino lined. I did some modifications to the suspension, took the springs out of the shocks. I angle ground the leaf springs for a little bit more articulation. I do have a set of beefier tires on it, still class 1 but beefier, and a order of the Boom Racing wheels for the Back to the Future truck are in the works. So that's in the works.
He's gonna do it.
So it is getting there. I think it came out nice. I'm more excited for the future of this truck and what that's going to bring.
So let me ask you. Collectively, we own 23, I think, RC trucks,
Yep.
crawlers. We have several Traxxas, TRXs. We have more than you can count, 10.2s.
Yep.
A couple Elements.
Yep.
What is your first impression out of the box of the RC four-wheel drive?
Honest opinion, electronics
Lie.
straight in the garbage.
Okay. Why though? You're not the first person I've heard say that.
The
a lot of
ESC
people
is just
swap out electronics.
Yeah, everything about the controller, the ESC. I guess it's good if you're just going down trail and just driving it, and not trying to do anything too crazy. But there's no grease at all. It's just sloppy.
So
the servo's weak. I just don't like it.
Can we agree? An argument or conversation I've had with my brother multiple times. There is a difference, in my opinion, between a crawler and a trail truck.
Absolutely.
We have plenty of trucks that are fun and will last all day on the trail. But you take it to a crawl spot, a lot of vertical or vert, big rock, and they don't perform as well
Or at all
as the crawlers. Some people call them cheater rigs.
Look at perfect example. TRX will go over anything and go through anything. You put that on any sort of like comp style course and it performs like garbage.
Peter from Houston asked a question. I have a few SCX 24s planning on making a mini monster. Will the drivetrain handle the power?
Yes.
The stock drivetrain.
The stock drivetrain will handle a little bit more power. You can go with a bigger motor. I think you can go. What are they putting in them?
Well, you changed your transmissions in all of your 24s?
No.
So
no. I changed ESCs, motors.
But the Betty has stock drivetrain, right?
Yeah, all of them have stock drivetrain for the most part.
Except for the Bully.
But it will handle it.
What do you plan on putting in it, Peter? We'll wait for that answer. So you were saying?
Yeah, I think it's like a 370 motor, 380, something like that.
It won't be that hard to just get up and look.
Yeah, no, that's not what's in there though. That's a stock motor. Actually, wait, no, give me that one. This is a faster motor. This is an FMS motor. So this truck has a little bit of a longer can in it. This has an FMS motor in it, which is a little bit hotter. And I can't see what's in it, but it's an FMS. I can get you the numbers later. I'll DM you, but it's definitely a bigger can.
But still running a stock trans.
Stock.
No, it's got two wheels.
No, it just has diff covers.
Oh, it just has diff covers. Stock axle.
So, the stock drivetrains will definitely handle it. Trust me.
Peter joined a request.
There you go.
Get in there, Peter.
All right. So, request to join.
Anybody who's just joining, we got Peter from Houston joining in.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Hey guys,
So,
I figured it's easier just to do this. I've got a couple, and basically I was just going to put some of the Injora 124th Mini Monster tires on it. If nothing else, it'll look cool sitting on a shelf. But I was just wondering, the couple that I've got, they're painfully slow for anything other than playing on the bull rocks out in front. So I was just wondering what you guys, if you sped them up at all, or if they can handle any kind of additional power.
I know they can absolutely handle additional power. A couple of my friends are extreme, much more knowledgeable. I can get you actually size that it can handle, and I'll send you a DM after the show of
Awesome.
exactly what they can handle. Because I know in this truck I put FMS, the FCS 24 motor in it, and it's
Uh-huh.
screwed up because it is a hotter motor because that truck runs a 2-speed.
Yeah.
So it handles it no problem, and I know you can hop them up, and the drivetrain is solid.
Okay. Yeah. I actually I had 5 of them here just through various trades and stuff, and figured I needed to do something different. I hadn't seen much about the mini monsters on your channel, and I hadn't really gone looking
Yeah,
anywhere else.
we haven't built a 24 monster yet. The biggest thing we have, or the closest thing we have to that, is probably the FTX. They just came out with the Max Smasher, but I definitely want to build one.
Yeah. You guys mess with these yet at all?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Avalanche or
no,
Glacier.
no, that's not the Glacier. The Glacier's the blue.
This is the FMS. The
That's
Glacier's blue. I got this one because it matches my full size. I've got a 77 GMC this color.
Nice.
Very cool.
So that this is actually, I've actually got some pictures I took. I've got in the front yard, I got a waterway, Bull Rock waterway, where I play with the little trucks. I took it out there and got some pictures in my files here on Instagram of playing with that. It's actually more fun than I was anticipating. I was thinking it was just going to end up being an ornament, but it's actually not bad.
No, they're fun little trucks. When we were at USTE in Florida, there was a kid rolling around with one of those that he bought there from FMS because FMS was there, and he must have put 5 million scale miles on it that weekend. It was just like it was rocking it all week, and out of the box, it was actually a good little truck. It was better than I thought it would be.
I actually in Florida last year, I purchased my first 24, the C10, and took it out of the box. I gave it to my kid to play with. He was only 2, didn't really understand, and it kind of set. A couple months ago, we went to a comp, and there was a group of guys there, J Team, doing a 24 comp, and I brought my truck. I ran a class 1, and I was hooked. I was like, "This is so much fun." For even I'm so used to the 110 scale stuff, the 24 scale is so much fun, and so much more cost rating.
Oh yeah, this I just thought about this. Maybe I could fit the 24 scale tires on here.
Yeah,
They're the same size, or almost the same size. Yeah, I got into the 24s because I had a TRX and various axials and stuff, and I'm recovering from knee replacement surgery, and I can't walk trails. But like I said, I've got the Bull Rock out there, and I got the little dealie on the radio, so I can sit there and one hand it with one hand the radio, other hand have my cup of coffee in the morning.
It's a great thing to have during recovery.
Definitely.
Yes, and it's a lot easier to walk out in the front yard than it is some of the trails. The guys here in Houston, they're pretty hardcore. I went out with them one time, and I had to turn around halfway through because they were packed for an expedition. So,
We've
hey.
done and you regret that walk back, 2 trucks, backpack, make it 3-4 miles out the trail, and you're like, we gotta turn around and go back, especially if we break something. But
I just want to say something real. RC Fun asked me about our water pump. I believe it was last week or the week before. I do have somebody looking into that to get you options. I haven't heard back. I did. Like I said, if we don't have the answer, which I did not, because we're not here with, I am trying for you. I did not forget about you. If I tell you, you can ask. I'm gonna get it done.
true story.
I just can't.
Well, hey, I'm gonna let you guys get back to it, and appreciate you putting me on and answering my questions. And I'll log out and log back in so I can clear the screen for y'all and carry on.
Appreciate it. I will get an answer on what side being safe. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Message.
See you guys.
Bye, brother.
There we go. If anybody else wants to join, as Peter just did,
That's it. So
just hit the request to join. Come on in, and maybe we can answer a question. If we can't answer a question, we do try to get you an answer. Unfortunately, like all RC funds question, sometimes they're a little harder than others, especially because I don't know too many people that are trying to do what he's trying to do, which is something really, really cool. So we're going to let all RC fun in now.
Oh, yeah. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up?
So tell us about what you're, I know, he's crazy.
Come on.
Tell us about what you're trying to attempt and what you asked us to try to find you.
So I've seen very few American airport rescue firefighter trucks, ARFF. So that's the Oshkosh looking truck that you see with the big old thing on the front that goes to planes when they're on fire at the airport. So I want to make one. And I've already started. So kind of hidden under the boat here, we've got the guts of the HG 801. You can kind of see the bed of it here. And I've already got some wheels, get it whitened up so I can make them like black and yellow. But so I'm gonna make an airport fire truck. Got the cab down there. I'm gonna cut it up, make it look good, and just see if I can make a working actual airport fire truck. I'm talking about, tilt and pan, water, get like a gallon or two of water in that bad boy. So, yeah.
Now, that truck, you just got that and already tore it apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the Sherp is late, and I wanted to play with the Sherp, but the Sherp I ordered in May is still not here. So I had to come up with something else. So we got an HG 801 over there and gutted it.
I think it's an amazing project, and I've never seen one. And like I said, I reached out to about 4 people. 3 of them got back to me and were like, no, I have no idea.
I've got a couple ideas, like a aquarium pump. There is the Pro Boat tugboat that actually does have a water cannon on the top. Again, so I've got a couple ideas, but I'm also, kind of like phone a friend. What else is out there? I got a heart for emergency services, so I got a couple cop cars up here. I just built my first Tamiya kit. That's the Porsche 911 GT1.
I want to see the cop cars.
Oh, so we got a Florida Highway Patrol RC plate shop hooked me up with some killer plates and like my trick RC lights like you wouldn't believe. We got a Tennessee Highway Patrol here all the way down to the front. And then I got a Bunny Cop, Tennessee Wildlife. And on that one, I actually took some lights and stuck them in the mirrors. So it'll do a little wig-wag there. And then I got a tactical that I've just completely lit up the night on that bad boy. I got some TRX4 lights there. I think I have like 32 LEDs in that one.
On the tactical one, did you do that where you made it look like bulletproof glass windows?
Nope, it already came like that.
Okay.
I got it used out of a guy in New Jersey. So it comes with that grill on it. I just added like LEDs everywhere. It's crazy.
Where are you based out of?
Just outside of Nashville.
Okay, because we're from Jersey, so I was like, I wonder if I know who you got that from.
If I remember the guy, it was his Facebook Marketplace. It was, inside his shop. He had kind of a big thing in there, and he said lightly used, and it really was. I think they just stuck the stickers on there and stuck it on a shelf, kind of like my TRX6. I found it at a hobby shop in Memphis that still had the wrap around it, but it was used. I was like, whatever, I'll take it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, used, sure.
Lightly used.
Anyway. The Florida Highway Patrol. Always was a fan of the Mustang. That tan and black is just so cool.
Well, it was so easy because, I'm from Florida, but I live in Tennessee. So, it's really just the opposite colors.
Yeah.
Black base with the gold top and the gold base with the black top. And just did the Proline Raptor body with the camper shell and then painted it up to look like police cars. Yeah. Actually did the exact same thing with the Bunny Cop. Just painted up green like Tennessee Wildlife Resources. So, anyways,
on the
that's
floor,
my collection.
What are you running on a light bar?
For the troopers,
Yeah.
it's the Mitric RC Deluxe
Right.
Police Kit. So Florida actually went old school. 2017, they did red and blue versus most state troopers that are all just straight blue. And then Tennessee is just straight blue. I think 2018, 2019, Florida caved and went back to all blue only as well. And usually it's just your city cops now that are red blue.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anyways, I'll jump off. I appreciate y'all letting me jump on, and I'll look out for that answer.
Yeah,
Again, it's not good. It's a long-term project, so it's no rush.
I did put it out there. I promise.
We'll get you a
Awesome,
response.
man. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, see you.
All right.
So the TF2.
I love this because we just talked about like 4 different trucks in 5 minutes and a boat and then his truck and the fact that he wants to build a fire truck that shoots water cannons. Like, yes, I want that. If anybody else wants to join, please let us know. You are more than welcome to join. Whatever you have on the bench, whatever you're working on. If you're at a Halloween crawl, join and show us the Halloween crawl. You know, we are down to talk about anything. That's what this show is about, as long as it is semi RC related and PG.
PG-15.
Yeah. I'm
TF2.
sorry. I love this thing. I do. We can talk about TF2. It was just on the table. I love it.
It's just we don't ever have an RC four-wheel drive in here, and we have 352 RC four-wheel drive.
We were talking
lanyards.
about the downsides of these.
Electronics.
There's not many
A lot
electronics.
of people say swap out the electronics from jump.
Yep.
And I was just curious why you said that. Trailing light stuff, they're fine. What are you?
You can't get technical with the stock electronics. It's just not there. They're still running on old school the NiCad batteries. They're not even lipos. They need to get up with the times on electronics. The other thing that I was really disappointed in is the hardware. It all falls out. You need to thread lock them out of the box and take every screw out and thread lock them. Our good friend over at Crawler Cult, Mark, one day took one and was like, "Hey, look what I got." Put it on the table, screw fell out. And I was laughing at him. I was like, "Ha, that's funny." I got this with screws out of the truck in the box. Like, they were in the bottom of the box floating around. I'm like, it is true. The hardware falls out. So if you are going to get a RC four-wheel drive, be forewarned.
Just clear, not knocking RC four-wheel drive.
Not at all.
They make an amazing product. The detail on this truck, the quality of the truck. Also, they kind of corner the market on hard bodies. You want a hard body, RC four-wheel drive. They make a great truck.
No, I love it.
But
it's just there are certain things that
we've noticed,
especially for the price point. I mean, they are not cheap trucks, and you would hope that you would get better electronics, definitely. And I mean, the hardware thing, what I noticed is some of the screws are just a little short, and that's why they fall out. They're just, obviously it's a metal to metal connection. Any metal to metal connection, you want a thread locker. We personally use CowRC's IC lock for that. Never had an issue. It's back here. Just give them a little plug.
Just in case you're looking for it.
Yeah.
We only have a little bit.
Yeah, only a little bit. But that's because we own RC four-wheel drive. We need a lot. There's a lot of screws. But
check them out. Great product.
It's just, it's something that I think they should be doing from the factory, or figure out why their screws are falling out from the factory. All RC Fun, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It was a great conversation, and that's what we're here for.
Great collection too.
Yeah,
awesome.
Amazing. I actually want him to join again.
Yeah, if you're available next Monday or the following or another whatever, join it again. I'd like you to take a minute and go through your collection, see some more of your stuff.
But other than that, I have no complaints about the RC four-wheel drive. It really is a very nice truck. It's well balanced. It's got great weight to it out of the box. There are things you could do to them to make them better out of the box with, stock suspension. Big things that I noticed are angling the leaves to allow for a little bit more articulation. Taking the springs out of the shocks makes a huge difference. You don't need them there. The leaf is going to take over the weight of the truck. It's not like a regular shock on a crawler where that's taking all the weight in the preload. The shock's not doing that. So you can take the springs out and be fine. Taking a single leaf out of the bottom of the leaf stack, taking one out also gives it a little bit more articulation, loosens it up a little bit, makes it more scale looking when it's crawling and going down the trail. And that's what I did right from get. There's other things you can do. I'm still learning myself. It's our first RC four-wheel drive, so there are still things to learn. If you have something that I didn't mention that I should be doing to it, please join, let us know, or send us a comment, let us know.
So real quick, diabetics 2 just joined. He just picked up a 10-2.
Okay.
It's not a 10-2. He just picked up a crawler, Facebook Marketplace, because it had an LR3 body on it.
Okay.
Land Rover, which is his truck.
Yep.
So he wants us to make it fit on the Dingo, because then if that fits and we can get it to fit on the Dingo properly, he's going to go nuts and do a full scale build.
Bring it
Eric,
on.
if you got 2 minutes, will you just show us the body and the chassis that it came with so that Craig can see the chassis? If you got 2 minutes to join. If not, I understand. But if you got a minute, click the join button. You don't even have to be on camera if you don't want to. I just want to look at the body. Open checkbook to build it if it fits on the Dingo. Open checkbook.
Bro, send it. Send it.
Just
bring it over,
dude,
bring
just
it to the
take
shop,
2 minutes.
hang out.
We're gonna wrap up. This is gonna be the last guest of the night. Just join us and just show the body.
Oh, he's in the office.
No,
Come on.
Dropping a deuce.
I know. Ryan BRC, also Jersey.
Yeah.
So if you want to join, you are more than welcome.
Ryan B. Speaking of Ryan, whatever happened to Rise?
I don't know.
Rise Hobbies.
If anybody knows what happened to Rise
Canada.
Hobbies, let us know.
We haven't seen you in a minute.
I haven't seen him. Every once in a while he posts here and there, but he was a lot more active. About, I would say,
he was like
good
one
4
of our
months now.
first 10 followers
Yeah.
on Instagram, and we used to have conversations all the time. Ryan, if you want to join, say what's up, show us your truck. We're probably gonna be wrapping up soon, so this is gonna be a countdown to the finale of the Halloween episode. Just making stuff up as I go.
We don't have a finale.
We
It's
don't.
just us.
Give me a minute. Jump
All
on
right.
you guys. Word.
You got a minute.
Got 1 minute. Timer.
58 seconds.
What else we got? What else we got? You know what? Let's do some. Let's talk about our first.
Yeah, for both of us, it was our first team
experience,
and we used all of their products. So we're gonna give a quick
plug either.
No,
this is for real. This was our first team driver for both of us.
Yep.
Individually.
Yep.
We got to meet Heath prior to.
Who is the owner?
Driver, who's the owner of the company. Just down to earth, good time, fun guy. Great conversations outside of RC. We spent probably 4 or 5 hours.
Yep.
Very little RC.
Barely talked about
light
RC.
Talk. But started off with what was it? What was your first product?
Matt.
Matt was first,
Yep.
and then followed by Utterbutter.
And now we have an entire workbench of Matt. We have Matt's all over the place because they're magnetic. They catch my screws, and we don't lose stuff. So a quick rundown of products.
And
we're gonna
just for the record, this is for real. It's just everywhere.
It's everywhere.
There was no placement here. This is just what the shop looks like. So first you have your Move Clean. I'm gonna go through each one and then you can explain each one.
Yeah, Move Clean is
Move Slick.
So Move Clean, parts and chassis wash. Hold on. We have a request to join, but we're
real quick.
Brian, real quick. We're just gonna go over this. Great for washing your trucks. after an event, after you go out mudding, great. Udder butter goes in your diffs, your transmission, keeps everything
Proof.
yeah, waterproof. Made for RC. It's not marine grease. It is for RC. Um, Absolutely amazing, super slick and waterproof. Moose slick. This is great for shocks. It's great for coating your underbody. It's not electronic safe, so you don't want to put it on electronics. I put it on a rag, and I actually put it on the outside of my bodies too. Helps the mud run off. And then hide wipes, one of my favorite things. So these are huge, huge wipes that are great for cleaning off your
Let me ask
workspace.
you a question.
Truck, I use them for my hand
How many times are you working on your motorcycle and go over and grab those to clean your hands?
all the time, all the time. So just a quick rundown of products.
And the Loctite.
Loctite, they make a ton. If you're interested, go to cowrc.com, check them out. We'll be talking more about them next week. And we have 2 requests to join, so we're gonna let both in. And if you just do me a favor, and one at a time, because the audio gets a little funky when we have a bunch of people here. So up.
So I can tell you right now that Eric over here, a diabetic, only wants to be on for a minute.
Yeah. Well, Eric, go real
Eric,
quick.
Show us the chassis.
You want to see this bad boy?
Ready? So there's the body.
Yep.
It's in rough shape.
It's homemade.
It's homemade. Okay. All right.
It's metal plates.
Yeah. No, we can. The body.
That is cool.
The body will figure it out.
That body.
We'll get it on there. I promise you, we'll get it on there. Not a problem.
Don't say open checkbook, because then my truck will get upgrades too.
Well, I need a 3D printed mirror, a Land Rover badge, bumpers. This thing is rough.
Either ARB bumper too.
If you could do it, yeah.
Fishing pole holders and scale fishing poles.
We got you.
The whole 9.
All right.
All right.
Bring it over.
Do they have to be saltwater poles, or can they be freshwater?
Whatever.
All right, cool. No, we'll make that work. I promise you we'll make it work. Just get it to John, or come over one day, hang out in the shop.
32 years of friendship's not going down the drain for a shit build.
No, it's not. No, I trust that you'll do the right thing. If not, it'll be all over the social media and everybody will know it.
What's up, Ryan?
What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm just plugging my phone in. I just realized my battery's almost dead here.
So finally, great to meet face to face. If you call this face to face,
It is.
Close enough.
terribly far from us.
Hold on. Phillies fan?
Of course. That's the only reason why I'm here. The game's not on. It's rained out.
You got rained
No
out.
offense. Yeah.
Fans, and people are out in their driveway of trick or treating my kid. They got TVs watching getting ready to watch the game. And I'm like, is it rain? So
Yeah, it's raining here now. So
Is it-
I'm probably like 15 minutes from Philadelphia, pretty much.
did they cancel the game or just delayed?
No, they just canceled it.
They canceled it. All right.
Yeah, I came back from trick or treating and it was canceled. So
Tomorrow.
You have to watch it.
eat my way through the candy. Yeah, let them rest another night. I'll take it.
So what do you
But
got?
yeah, nice to meet you guys. I'm near Hidden Valley. If you guys have been there, I just recently discovered I'm near there. To be honest.
Spot, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, I had no idea. I've lived like in this area my entire life. I used to play home run derby at the field that's literally like backed up to it. Didn't know I'd be driving toy trucks behind where I was hitting dingers.
Yeah, it's a great spot. The guys there are super friendly.
It's Matt, right?
Yeah,
Matt.
he's in here all the time. He comes on live. And they're really good people to know. They hold events there. They just did a summer series that we're a part of.
I haven't been there yet, but we had Matt on last week.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I didn't know that you could just go there and crawl.
Yeah, I was hiking back there. There's like green acres back there that I've always hiked at. Like we used to go fishing, and I took the truck back there, took cool pictures by the water and stuff. You know, crawler things. I'm slowly learning the crawlers,
Guys,
but on the way out, it was too dark by the time I figured out that it was next to the baseball field. But it's just wide open. You can just pull right in there. I mean,
Yeah.
I imagine other than baseball games, there's never parking issues, you know.
Yep. No, it's
But
got.
it was pretty big.
Oh, I mean, even when they're holding events, there's plenty of parking.
Yeah,
So
pretty
what,
cool. So crawler wise, I know that's more probably what you guys your show is,
we're
but all RC, all
all,
anything. So on the bench, I guess kind of what started my Instagram thing more so would be the Jeep back here, um, Unknown Soldier. So that was like I built it from scratch. Um, kind of I dedicated to soldiers. My dad's a ex Navy. Well, I guess you're never ex, but a Navy SEAL. I have a lot of veteran friends, stuff like that. Funny story on the name was I had no idea what to call it. I had the body, I had it painted that color, still didn't have a name, and I called it Unknown Soldier to my buddy because I couldn't think of a name. And I was like, yeah, the Unknown Soldier still sitting on the bench waiting for a name. And he's like, why don't you call it that? I'm like,
Great name.
holy crap, why don't I call it that? Right? But yeah, since then things kind of escalated. I got real heavy in the monster trucks. Like I have the buckshot Bigfoot sitting up there. Kind of stumbled into running my own monster truck event, like virtual. You think of like how Tony Hawk works, right? You do a kickflip, you get 10 points. Me and Outlaws of Monster Sports or Motorsports put together like an event with the monster trucks, right? And it's scored kind of like that. Like you do a backflip, you get 5 points. You do a wheelie, you get 3 points. So this way you can score it and it's less judge related, right? Like, I don't know. We're Phillies. I'm a Phillies fan here, right? What do? We yell at the umpire, whether he's right or wrong, right? So if you could take the judge out of it, you take some arguing out of the Philly guys.
oh, that's great. It's a great idea. It's a great platform. I
Yeah,
love it. And
right.
we're
It is really escalated into the crawlers, right? It is the geometry and everything on that truck is not all that different from crawling, right? And sometimes I like to change a pace. I've had a SCX 24. I'm pointing over there because they're like way out of shot, but I've had them and just didn't play with them for the longest time. They were kind of like boring for a bit, and then I got into them and started figuring out like, okay, I'm just not using them right. This is kind of fun. Buddy got the K10 with the high lift and was going wild out back with it. And within a week, this guy showed up and I'm hooked. Like, I mean, I was torn. Like, I wanted to get an SCX, I think, at first. I think I was set on like over the winter, I was going to build an SCX and I was going to build it and get into it like I did with Unknown Soldier, but then trail truck. And I was like, man, I like hiking.
yeah, we do time. You know, we do hike crawls and we'll just bring the trucks and
Park and
go.
walk.
And we have no plan. We have no I sometimes we don't even know where we're going. We went up to the Palisades, found a trail and just started walking. We don't know what's there. We don't know what kind of terrain we're going to run across, if we're going to find rock formations or not, but we try. And
Mhm.
That was a 6 mile day.
6 miles.
We didn't realize the entire time walking out, we were walking downhill. So back, 2 trucks, both. So 4 trucks, backpack, all our gear and stuff. And we're like, oh, we got to walk uphill all the way out. But it was worth it. It was fun.
Yeah. And
Have you done
they're a lot of fun, man.
Have you done a 24 scale monster truck yet?
So I did, and now it's already apart and in the process of transforming. I have a piece of it actually here, the chassis for it. So it's purple and green. The other monster truck I have, the 10th scale, it's called Enigma. I bought what got me into monster trucks was the SMT-10 grave digger, right? Like out of the box, looks cool. Backflipped it literally out of the box, and I was hooked. And then I took the body off because I was like, I don't want to destroy this. It's actually kind of sitting back up there. You can see it in the graveyard.
What is that?
but basically, I'm gonna make a mini version of that purple and green kind of theme of it. But then the Max Smasher came out. So now I don't know. It already does all that. But I have an FCX.
We're gonna try to get one on the show. How close are you? I don't know if you've ever been to RC Miss Bridge. That should be like right over the bridge from you, right?
Yeah,
Mania.
what town is that in? Media, right?
What'd you say?
Oh, Media. Did it break up a little bit?
RC Misfits.
Yeah, is it what town is that in?
It's in Croydon, so it's right
Croydon.
Salem area.
Yep.
That should
Yeah, so that's maybe 30 minutes from me, not even.
how far it is. So we must be like
It's
right
the same
between.
for us, so that would be like middle point. But
Yeah.
great hot.
Yeah,
Check it out if you've ever been there.
Especially with
I'll have to check it out.
Monster
Truck.
truck.
And he's at Hidden Valley all the time.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to definitely link up with him then. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have seen, I've built a little bit of a course. Everything you see on my page, it's on my course in my backyard, pretty much.
Oh, nice, awesome.
So
And we just had a question asking where we're located. We're Central Jersey. He's from a little bit of I would say southeast Jersey, correct?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Closer to like Philly on a map if you're looking like big cities, I guess. Yeah. You guys are like middle of the state, I would say, right?
So you're actually in Jersey, not Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Yep. Oh, all right.
Yep.
We crawlers all day. Everything we had was crawlers. We both came from Nitro. I was a T-Max guy. He was a HPI coach guy. Didn't even know that.
I still have them. They're actually under this bench right now.
They're
Well,
just at this point.
see that purple car right there?
Yep.
You can kind of see the gas tank hanging out. That's a HPI RS4. And that was my first real RC car I got in like 2006.
That's what that is up there.
Yep.
With the white wheels.
With the white wheels. Yep.
Yep.
Same thing.
Got a bunch around the shop. There's one all the way on the other side.
I was obsessed with it. But my point I was going to make is that all the crawlers and the one consistency is we both keep saying we should build monster trucks. We talked about mud trucks to do like mud drags. We're talking about monster trucks for probably about a year now. Like we're both, oh, let's just do it, just pull the trigger. If one of us does it, the other one's going to do it right away.
That's how I got a damn crawler.
Stadium truck, the Baja Ray, and I was like, that thing's so cool. And then I got a Baja Ray, and we looked at each other like, what happened to monster trucks? So we're still like monster trucks are still priority over the Baja Rays. And we have two of the Lotus, but X is definitely monster truck.
See,
Man.
Joey from RC Misfits is in here right now. Joey, we need
a
monster truck.
I think we do. I think that we watched them at USTE. They had a giant sand pit set up with jumps and stuff, and they had races. It was just awesome, man. It was so much fun to watch. One, they're fast. They're not slow like you think they're going to be because of the size. A lot of fun watching them. So now I think that's on.
Yeah.
And
they're in a way like, right, like I think for me, it made sense to get into crawlers and like the opposite direction of what you're saying, because how do you set up the suspension? I mean, the hell, some of the parts are even the same, right? Like I have keys on this for the suspension that you guys would put on an SCX10. They literally came off of Amazon and said SCX10-2 on them when I ordered them. But a suspension key is a suspension, like it's a key, right? It does the same thing. You can get one or two screws in there, you're good.
What would you recommend is a good starter monster truck for us?
I mean, now it's hard to not say the LMT because it's literally what people built the SMT to be.
That's
right. But at the same time, the SMT is like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
That's probably what we would end up going to buy, because that's the one we constantly hear. And every time we pick somebody's brain, it's in the conversation.
The feel of it's just what you want for a monster truck. Like if you're watching a Monster Jam show, the way they tilt when they throttle, the way they tilt when they brake, I don't know, the floppiness of it, but it grips. The LMT does it, and it costs you the same amount of money to get that SMT to kind of do it. But it's brittle to an extent, right? Like I bet, I've never driven an SCX10, but I would imagine if you tried to trail run it, things would break, motor would overheat, something would go bad. Whereas this just kind of goes, right? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the SMT feels like that, where it's good, but to within limits, right?
Yep. No,
But
I'm
yeah,
excited. I do want to build one. I know. I was actually on the phone with Joey earlier about monster trucks and even possibly a drag car, because we do want to spread our wings a little bit and at least experience different parts of this hobby.
mm,
I don't want to be stuck in just crawlers, especially with this show. We have people joining that are from all walks of life, and they enjoy different aspects of RC. And
mm,
I want to be able to be like, oh, you have monster trucks? Okay. And grab a monster truck and be like, this is mine, or you have
yep,
drag cars. Okay. Grab a drag car. Let's talk about drag cars. And it's also how we learn, because sometimes, you know, it can be intimidating to get into a different aspect of RC. Like, we know nothing about monster trucks, but we have this now. I can pick your brain, you know, and
mm,
learn, and it's not as intimidating.
absolutely. And that's what's cool about the hobby in general, right? And that's kind of what got me into monster trucks first, I think, is like the community, right? Like I see guys popping in here now that are into my monster truck event. Andy, line drive, Chris's pipes are on this truck. They're actual metal zoomies, like the real deal. So I don't snap them like I do every other one I have. But like the community is behind, just like crawlers, right? Like I've seen the same thing. Like you have dudes that just in that group inherently try to help everybody else, and then it gets better, right? It's part of me was Facebook was frustrating because you put something on there and everybody's devil's advocate within 3 seconds,
It,
right?
this community, if you're a person that kind of crawls alone, and you're just like a backyard crawler, and the only part of the community is social media, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because the RC community at events is like nothing I've ever experienced. USTE,
It's my favorite story.
I flew a spur gear. We actually thought it was my whole trans, but it was just a spur gear. And we were in the middle of a trail, like a while in. And a dude was like, hey, here's the keys to my trailer. Go back. I have a TRX in there. Take the trans out of it and go, get back on the trail.
Handed our
I was
keys
like,
and his
wait, what?
trailer keys.
I'm going to take your whole trailer.
Matt Thompson.
Yeah,
Matt
Matt
Thompson,
Thompson.
if you're ever on here, thank you again. We became friendly with him. Great guy, but knew him for a couple hours. We were just trailing with him. He's like, here, take my key in my trailers, a TRX4, take this trans out, put it in your truck, get back out here.
Thank God it was just a spur gear. So, and
Yeah, easy, quick.
events, because usually, like Hidden Valley, there's RC Misfits. And USTE, there's a ton of vendors. At these events, there's usually somebody, whether it's a shop or just somebody who comes with spare parts, you can find it. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
find and buy a spur gear and get back out on the trail. I didn't need his transmission, but the offer was there. And that's the community that you see when you go to these events. And ever since then, in my backpack, um, I always keep motors, servos, gears, pins, screws, because I want to be that person and kind of pay it forward, and
Mm-hmm.
We'll help out whoever we
help.
can, whenever we can.
Because when you're at
Absolutely.
like UST or Beat the Creek and you're an hour into a trail, it hurts to see somebody break it and go, oh, and now you got to take the walk back. No, like, no, let's
Yeah, you carry your truck around the rest of the day.
now, let's go.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's what that's kind of what even virtually, right? That's what I've noticed with like the monster truck community, and I'm seeing now with crawlers is these guys are real quick to point, hey, have you tried running it this way? Hey, take take the front sway bars off if you're freestyling, or flip the transmission around, whatever the little tips are, and it's to make you better as opposed to holding people back in a way where some social media does that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more I get into it and get to like live events, like I hear a lot of the NorCal racing guys, they're like brothers, those guys, right? Like they all let me try your chassis. Okay, let me try. Here's how you fix that,
It's
right?
a
And now I find myself doing it here on even on social media. Like I'm a noob, and people ask me crawler questions. I'm like, yeah, change the shock fluid, and it's not because I know what I'm talking about per se about that truck, but I know what you know what I mean. Shock fluid to an
it,
extent.
you know.
Always having the mentality in the back of your mind of being a noob is a kind of a good thing. There's always somebody who knows more. So you know,
Mhm.
there's always somebody who's been doing it longer who has more knowledge and knows better. But at the end of the day, it's what works for you. You know, some people see, my shock setup on my 10-2 and they're like, too much droop. Well, that's the way I like
Mhm.
my driving style. It appreciates for my style. So I don't need to be told I'm doing it wrong. You could just say you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Here's
maybe
how to adjust it
And
exactly.
or
yeah,
whatever.
why?
Mhm.
Like if you're gonna tell me I do it wrong, give me a reason why. What if I do
Mhm.
it your way? What is gonna improve? Because I want to know why. Don't just tell me I'm wrong.
Yep.
Give me a reason and give me a way to fix it. Then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had a comment in here from Jeremy that John Schultz fixes buddy's truck.
Offered a whole truck to somebody after there's broke.
Yeah, so John Schultz.
Yeah. ZWS Hobbies. He's
Uh,
talking. That's who Zach is. If you guys have seen him.
yeah, John Schultz is Element. My wife at
Mhm.
USTE actually had her truck go down. Turned out to be the controller. We walked over to John and Element RC, and he
Just
found a new controller and just handed the controller. I mean, he is awesome.
also because your wife's pretty.
Yeah, it is because my wife's pretty, but yeah, but that's the community, and that's the
Uh huh.
especially the people that have been in it for a long time. They see because there is a bad side. Trust me, there's a bad side. We've all seen it, and there are those people. Uh,
Mhm.
and we just don't associate ourselves with those people. We don't
I
even.
mean, it's whatever you're doing, whether it's a toy truck, sports,
A high relationship.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Like, anything that is somewhat competitive, right? Whether it's the shiniest toy truck or it's who can throw the baseball the hardest.
yeah, and that was a perfect.
You know.
What you just said was perfect. Toy truck. They're toys. We are grown men playing with very expensive toys.
Playing with adult dollhouses and toys.
So it's like, come on, guy, grow up. I mean,
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
Doing the virtual event, we've seen some things, and I won't shout anybody out or anything like that, but people get competitive, and
now you
people don't.
are. They show their true colors, and you know how to handle them.
They're toys.
Exactly.
Um.
Exactly.
Uh. I was at shit. I was gonna say something. I lost it. I didn't even know that.
It was there, and now
Oh. Just talking about the RC community. We've been doing this now going on a couple years.
as
And
size matters.
as size matters, and
Mm-hmm.
there's guys who I've met through this RC community that are on like my family Christmas card list. You know what I mean? Like I have,
Mm-hmm.
I don't send Christmas cards too, but there's people I've met through this hobby, even guys I've only met 3 or 4 times, but through social media, text messages, that kind of stuff, events. We see each other. We have regular open line of communication, and they become kind of like family. Like you say, RC family, but they're still family. Like
Yeah,
these
Yeah, absolutely.
open my door and let them sleep on my couch if there
legitimate.
was an event by my
Like
house because
Mark from
Crawl.
Crawl family.
family.
Joe
Family,
family.
Mike George,
Mike
Carry
George,
On,
carry on
family.
family. Like,
And
they're
all
just
that family, I'm not saying this to you specifically, Ryan, but to anybody else who's watching, all that family came prior to the team driver stuff. Like we met Mike George, became friendly with Mike George, and we're friends with him and talking to him on a regular basis for a while before I became a carry-on driver. Like
Yeah, just sharing ideas.
just
Yeah.
building a relationship and
Mm-hmm.
was, oh, I like you guys. I like the way you guys do stuff, the way you guys carry yourself. If you're interested in being team drivers, it wasn't, hey, be a team driver. Now we're family. Like the
Mm-hmm.
friendship came first. So
Yep. Yeah. Some of the guys jumping in the chats that like Brandino, if you saw him in there,
yeah,
I mentioned accidentally named the truck. That's the dude, right? I feel like almost family with Andy, right? Every Sunday I go pick up donuts at the Italian bakery down the street with my son, and sure enough, every Sunday I got a message from Andy. You get donuts? That's my dude, right? Like we became friends just talking about monster trucks. The guy that I run the monster truck event, Chad with Outlaws of Motorsports. He's in Canada. Never met him. Probably cost $1,000 to meet the damn guy, right? But I talked to him all day long about these trucks, and I wouldn't have built half the stuff on here, right? Like you said, Jeremy's in there.
Yep.
His buddy Jake from Black Market RC. This is probably one of the coolest stories I have. It's going to be the chassis. That's metal. It's a Black Market RC chassis that's going to go on that guy.
Gorgeous.
And I got it at a steal off a Black Market RC from one of Jeremy's guys, who Jeremy probably test drove this thing at some point or the prototype to it. But I got it from Bari from Monster Jam, the guy who drives zombie monster truck.
Yeah.
The monster truck,
My
right? How did I get to that? Like, I just play with toy trucks on Instagram, and I managed to buy this off of Black Market RC, who makes these really damn well, and sold one to a real Monster Jam driver, and somehow it's sitting there,
That's
right? And that's the definition of the community, right? Is you just find people that are like-minded, and you kind of rule out the nonsense, I guess, because of it.
And
You know?
Hillbilly Tough actually made a great comment. Does it to, have family time. Same thing. My girls, I have two girls that love playing with the 24s. My wife has two RC. She has an Element Trail Runner and the Bronco. I know you've seen the
Mm-hmm.
Bella of RC for you. There's for
Mm-hmm.
you that don't know. And she goes to USTE with us. She goes to Beat the Creek with us. It's great bonding time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Rainy days, we're inside playing with 24s. It happens. And
Yep.
it's fun. It's fun to have them wrenching on them and learning how to upgrade them. Building wheels. We all hate it. They think they're having fun. I'm like, oh, okay, here's all the screws.
Yeah. Count them as many times as you want.
That's it.
Just don't lose them.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it is a lot of fun. It's great for family. It's great for little kids' motor skills. So,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, you want to
Absolutely.
plug your events, where they are, when they are, or where people can find info on it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, our event, I guess the official name is Virtual RCMT Freestyle Point Series. It's sponsored by Losi, A Main, J Concepts, Black Market RC, NSDRC, and Toronto Leisure, um, and Avengers Racing. So if you guys watch Monster Jam at all,
Yeah.
or on YouTube, that's the dude, right, Wayne. They sponsored our event. I run it with my buddy Chad, who's from Outlaws Motorsports RC. You'll see most of the posts so it's ending now. World Finals are due November 6th, and then we'll probably wrap it up for the winter because monster trucks break in the cold. But come next summer, like June, May or June, basically we're going to start another one. And there's the way it works. If you guys have LMTs, love to have you in it. There's two options for it. If you're new to it, the idea is there's this exhibition bracket, right? Where it kind of mimics the main event, which is a point series kind of modeled after Monster Jam meets Tony Hawk point scoring. Exhibition, no rules. Run what you brung as long as it's a solid axle monster truck. We're tossing around ideas of making it other vehicles. As you guys see, I have a bunch of other ones that I can do tricks with, right? But the idea is if you have a Losi LMT and you just took it out of the box and you got 20 feet in your backyard and some cardboard, you can put a run together. And the exhibition bracket, no rules, right? No time limits. If you could do a minute, cool. You can do 30 seconds, go for it, right? There'll be a kids bracket, so also slightly no rules, right? But because they're kids, they can flip and everything like that. But the main point series, we did 30 people this year. Not sure next year, but stay tuned. I myself, I'm a main affiliate and Method Hobby RC. They make bigger scale tires for like the Notorious, X Max, UDR, stuff like that. But
awesome.
that's all I got going on. I've only been at it for a year. Like this is literally almost I'd say, year since this my Instagram page went from my personal to RC cars.
Hey, Joey,
So
do me a favor.
first,
Ryan, do me a favor. See Joey on the Misfits comment. He said, I need a number.
yep,
Just after the show's over, just send him a follow or a DM or something.
I'm
Uh,
screenshotting it.
yeah, he's
Got it.
big. But I want to thank you for
Absolutely.
wrap up for the
No,
evening. Really
I
do appreciate.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Great stuff.
Thank you guys. We'll definitely got to meet up down here one of these days. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
See you.
Hey, so
Final thoughts?
final thoughts. I think we had a great show. We had some good networking happen. It was
Absolutely.
a good time.
And we talked about a lot of different things,
A
from
lot of
monster
different
trucks, TF2s, SCX24s, fire trucks.
Fire truck. That
I can't wait for that.
RC fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to see that. Peter from Houston, thank you. All RC fun, thank you. Ryan B, RC, thank you. Real quick, just once again, shout out RC Misfits and Race Place. Shout out to Cal, Carryall, Crawler Colt, our boys, our family.
NSTRC.
NSTRC, Joe Ropes, Trill, any scaler. I just can.
We could go on and on. Everybody that we owe everything to.
Yes,
We
just
wouldn't be
thank
here
you.
without any of
Thank you,
these
thank
people.
you for everything. Greatly appreciate it. Go check them out. Follow them. Follow us. Check out the information in the description below for the people that you should be following. And yeah, that's it. I think I'm good.
Fine Line Crawlers, Brandon just joined. Brandon, we're getting off, but you can go watch the show. It is going to be posted on YouTube.
It is.
So please
Guys Matters RC on YouTube.
go subscribe and get notifications for when we post videos. We might even go live there every once in a while.
Live where?
On YouTube, pop-ups. You never know. Things could happen. Maybe. So
All right.
that's it for
Happy
this
Halloween,
week.
everybody.
Happy
Enjoy
Halloween.
your candy. Send your Reese's this way.